Hello, and thank you for visiting our how-to section of our support website. Today we're going to use one of our customers' websites who called in requesting about how to add a new form to their website. So we're going to show you how to add a new form to a website. On this particular page, they want to add the form at the very bottom. So we'll scroll down here and just take a look here, and we can see that they have some text here that says, "Please use the form below to contact us with general questions." So we know this is going to be a general questions form. Most likely just asking for a customer name, email address, and then a text area input box where they can type in any questions they may have and then submit the form. We're going to go ahead and click the green plus sign on this block, which is our add a new block button. And then from the add new block window where it says type title, we're going to click on that and scroll down to the Easy Form Builder section. There are 3 blocks that are required to build a form, a minimal form anyways. The first block is the Easy Form Builder block, which carries the information required in order for the form to work. The next block, which will be automatically added by the Form Builder block, is an email input box. And then the last block is the Form Button block, where you can have a submit button to submit the form. We're going to go ahead and add the Form Builder block, as this is the first block that you need to add in order to build a form, and then click Next Step. At the top here, we can see that we need to type in our email address, and we're going to just go ahead and type in support@EZ-NetTools.net, and at the very top here, where it says subject and message, this is what we will receive when someone submits the form on the website. So we might have something here that says new customer question. And in the message box we could leave blank, but if you have a secretary or somebody who is handling this, you might have some instructions in here for them to how to handle this information. Maybe print this information out, send this to technical support or customer service for them to respond to the question, or to respond to the question themselves. And then we can scroll down and see that there's an autoresponder option. We're going to go ahead and select yes on this, because when a customer submits this form, we want them to get an email from us right away. Here we're just going to go ahead and type in our email address again, support@EZ-NetTools.com, and in the subject line we're going to type something in here called thank you. We want to thank them for submitting the form and asking us a question, and maybe even a message. Maybe something like, you will be contacted within 24 hours of submitting your form, or a customer service representative will be with you shortly, or something along those lines. And then another important part is making sure that we name the form so that we know what type of form this is. Maybe something like, this is a question form, so maybe questions. And then scroll down to the very bottom, and we can just go ahead and submit this block. As we come back to the page, we can scroll down and we can see now that it has added a new email box. We also want to add a name box, and we're going to do that above the email, and we also need to add a text area box where they can enter in a question. We're going to go ahead and click the green plus sign on this email box again, and we're going to scroll down to our Easy Form Builder section, and we're going to add a new block called text field. The text field block is similar to the email block, as in it's going to allow us to request information. For instance, name. And we're going to go ahead and just enter in some information here about the size, the number of characters that you can put into the box, whether it's required. We're going to check yes. And field name, we're just going to enter in here name, and then go ahead and hit submit. Now we can scroll down and we can see that we now have our name and our email boxes. Now we're going to go ahead and click on the green plus sign on the email box again, scroll down to the Easy Form Builder section, and this time we're adding in a text area field. And we're going to go ahead and click Next Step. in the description box here, we're going to type something in here, something that's either asking a question or something that says comments. We're just going to type in here any questions. Another thing that is commonly used is comments. And then we're going to go ahead and say fill whole row, sorry, and that will make it so that the box is on its own row. It looks better that way, but you can have it so that it doesn't. Play around with it if you're new to this. Width, we're just going to specify here 35. Height, 10. These are just some defaults. These can change, but we're just going to set in some defaults here, and then we're going to say it's not required. We don't really care if they do respond with a question or not, but if they do submit their name and email address, we'll still contact them. And we're just going to go ahead and hit submit here. Scroll down to our bottom, and you can see that our form is starting to come together quite well. Now the last thing that we need is a submit button. So we're going to go ahead and click the green plus sign here on this block. Scroll down to our form builder section and click form button. Click next step. And for the label, we're just going to go ahead and type in submit. It is a submit button. And we're just going to left align that for now. Click submit. And scroll down to the bottom. And you can see that we've built a good little form here. Now, something about this form though is it just doesn't really look, all that aesthetically pleasing to the eye. And we can do some things in here to try to make this look better. One of the things that we might do is add in some blocks that we're going to cover more specifically later on. But I just want to do this so you can see that it is possible to make your forms and adjust your forms so that they appear a little bit more pleasing to the eye. And I'm just going to go ahead and add in a layout manager block, which is our special block for being able to manipulate blocks. And we're going to move our form right into it. And then we're going to add in some spacer blocks in here, which are going to give us an opportunity here to kind of squish this form a little bit. So let's say here 350. Let's take a look and see what's happened now. Okay, it's moved the form all the way over here. Okay, now let's add another spacer block after it. And we're going to have to change this to, there we go. Click next step. And a width of maybe 250. Let's see what it looks like now. And we can adjust these numbers back and forth here to center it more, maybe 300. See what that looks like. And as I'm making these changes real quick, I'm previewing the page to see what it would look like as a live page, and that looks quite good right there. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. One thing I might do though is probably center that submit button there. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this submit button. And I'm just going to click center and hit submit. And I think we're pretty much done with this little form block, and we can actually save the page now by clicking on File and Save. That's a very basic form that you can create really quick, and maybe use a layout manager and some spacer blocks to adjust the size of it and make it look pretty nice. But there's many different ways of adjusting how a form can look and display on a website. This is just a really quick and dirty way of doing it and having a good looking form that they can use really quick on their website. And if you have any questions or if you have any problems with building forms, please give our technical support a call at 1-800-460-9368 extension 3.